Hi. This is weird. I don't know if this will ever see the light of day. I have to stop looking at myself. This is my first time doing this. I've been trying to do this for a while. It's intimidating. It's hard. And every time I have the chance, because I don't really want to tell everyone I know, I'm going to try filming a YouTube video, because I don't know if I'm going to get rid of this after I film it or what. So that's my problem. And then when I do have the opportunity, my house is empty, I look like this. So I figured I'll just put some makeup on. Don't know if this will work. I don't know how this battery life works. I don't know how uploading this footage works with the storage on this camera. So let's give it a shot, and maybe I'll just look back at this for myself in a couple years and cringe, but yeah, let's do something. Oh, I guess I'm gonna talk through this. I've been doing my eyes first recently. I'm gonna start with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer, which is not my favorite, but it's what I have, so that's what I use. I should probably use my mirror here. Yeah, I definitely believe that there's better primers out there, but I'm not looking to amass a huge collection of eyeshadow primers, so I will use this one, and I have not thought for a second about what I'm going to put on my eyes. I'm gonna pull out my BH Cosmetics Festival palette, which I really love, and I used a lot last year. I haven't used as much recently, but I'd like to use it some more. I'm going to take my Sigma E25 that I like using for my crease. I reserve it for like crease-ish colors. I guess I'll do something kind of easy. I'm gonna pop in with Escape and just pop that into my crease. Can you see if I move this over here a little bit? It's darker than I would normally like for a crease color, but it's the best I have in this palette. I feel like my biggest complaints with this palette, it doesn't have like a matte shadow to set my primer, and it doesn't have a light, for me, transition color. Usually I like this one to deepen the crease more than I like to kick off the crease, but it'll do. I'll live. I'm just going to blend out the edges a little bit. I'm going to take my ColourPop I Think I Love You palette that these colors don't interest me very much, but I do like grabbing it when I'm working with a more colorful palette that doesn't have very practical colors in it. So I'm going to take the tan one on my Sigma E40 and then just blend that a little bit over the crease, or over the edges on the top. I'm gonna cut out the crease now with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer, the all white one. And I think this is an old Morphe brush that I like to use for cut creases. This is kind of messy. I'm a little shaky. I'm nervous. I feel like that's a pretty lame excuse, like, I'm totally better than this usually, but a little bit less nervous when I put on my makeup. I feel like I'm doing something bad right now. I feel like someone's gonna like catch me. I am next going to put on the gold shade called Euphoria. Been meaning to watch that show. Haven't watched that yet. These kind of like yellow gold shades I really hated in the past. I feel like I barely dipped into this when I was big on it last year, but I'm kind of into now, so I'm just gonna pop that in the first portion. Next I'm going to take Neon, which is like my favorite kind of shade, like the shimmery dingy green but still kind of saturated. I'm really into it, so I'm gonna pop that next to Euphoria. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. I don't even know if the colors are showing up. I have like my light coming from over there, window in front of me here. camera here just because that's the place that I can sit down, but I have no idea. I don't know if I'm gonna look at this and say, this is trash, what am I doing? Yeah, I feel like that yellow is really taken over, like you don't really see the green that much. Alright, and next I'm gonna go in with Ultimate, this like tealy shimmer, and put that on the outer. For all this, I'm using this Urban Decay brush from the electric palette, which I don't even have anymore, but I like the brush, so I have that. I don't know about this. I don't know. I'm gonna pop on a little bit more of neon. Alright, this, I might totally ruin this look. I'm gonna take this e.l.f. Teal Tease little liner pot. I'm gonna try to like trace this, but I feel like I'm never steady enough to do that, and especially now that I already feel like I'm too unsteady for a cut crease even. But oh well. I'm gonna take this Sigma EO5 eyeliner. Cute little pink brush. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be a bad idea. I mean, it's not the worst, but not the best. I feel like it does bring like a little more cohesion to the look than just that does. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to add in a little bit more of that teal shade to the edge to cover up where like the end of that little liner is not perfect. Then you'll never know. I am going to pop on a little primer. I'm going to use this Becca First Light priming filter, just a little sample. I don't really have too many feelings about this right now, but I want to like it because I think it's so cute and I love that it's purple. But I'm not a big primer person anyway. I feel like recently I've been using primer more just because I'm like trying to use it up more than actually wanting to and seeing a difference, so I don't know. If I run out of primers, I might just be a person that doesn't use primer. But I still have a road ahead of me before I'm at that fork. For foundation, I'm going to use the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I do like it, but I feel like this shade is more pink than I am. I'm really bad at like finding my shades. I feel like I keep on going back and forth. I'm like, am I cool? Am I warm? I feel like I'm pretty neutral, and I usually go towards that. But then like I buy something like this. I think this says LC1, so I guess that means cool one. Maybe I'm not cool. Maybe cool is pink. I guess that makes more sense. Maybe I'm more warm. I don't know. I need to figure that out someday. Okay, for concealer, I've been trying to use up this Physicians Formula Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer. I really like it, but I have the shade Fair and it's too dark for me, which is really annoying. I wish they had like an Ultra Fair. I don't know. I'm going to mix this with my white concealer because I've been doing that to try to use it up because I do like the coverage. I just can't wear it on its own, or I notice I have like darker under eyes and that's not the look I'm going for. So yeah, I just mix it on the back of my hand. Okay, so I'm going to bake. For my powder, what I use is the RCMA, what's that, no color powder or whatever it's called. I'm not a big fan of it. I feel like it makes like white splotches. I feel like you see like a line of demarcation even after I take it off. But I'm trying to use it up. It's like a huge like spice shaker kind of thing that you get for 10 bucks. I got it years ago, and still it's like no point in me buying another powder until I use it up. And I have it in this Coty Airspun bottle or tub, whatever you call it, just because it's so much easier to put my sponge in. But the Coty Airspun I haven't used in many years because that contains lanolin. It's not vegan. I'm not trying to get sheep goo in my face. So yeah, that's my story. I'm going to use this Real Techniques sponge just to pop that on to where I concealed. And I'm going to try not to leave it on that long, because the less long I leave it on, the less likely that I'll have those like white lines around where it was. I've been noticing lately that my brow game is kind of weak. So that's kind of one of my goals right now, to get better at doing my brows. For a while, like, I thought I was pretty good, and like I've been looking at pics and I'm like, no. I really want to try soap brows, so that's on my list soon. I used to use the Anastasia powder, and I like that it had like the darker shade and the lighter shade, because I feel like that made it easier to add dimension to my brows. Right now I've just been using up the Brow Gal one that I got, I think, in a BeautyCon box years ago, when they're still doing the BeautyCon box, and the only color that works for me is this one here. So I'm trying to work through that before I get any other brow products. I also have like the Anastasia Dip Brow, but I feel like that's extremely harsh, so I kind of save that for when I want a more dramatic look. But yeah, I'm gonna go through this powder and then yeah, look for other options and try the soap brow. For now, let's have weak brows. And then I'm just going to pop through it with the Essence Make Me Brow that I'm mostly just trying to use up, because I feel like these don't make that much of a difference, but for some reason I don't want to throw it out. Like, they're standing up a little more than they were before, but I feel like that doesn't really make a difference. Like, they weren't down enough before that it was like, why are her brows so sad? I'm just going to dust off this powder with a powder with my skin tone, like so. I haven't really been wearing bronzer lately. For a while I was doing the most with my cheeks. I was contouring, and then I was buffing out the contour with my bronzer, and then putting on my blush, and then putting my highlight. And then I stopped doing the contour because I felt like it looked too harsh in real life. And then recently I've stopped doing the bronzer also, because I feel like when you see me in person, especially, like, I'd be embarrassed to put my ponytail up, because you'd see like on the side of me that it was like just really muddy right here, and people don't look like that in real life. That's like something that people do in the internet because you want more dimension when you're looking at a camera, but you don't need that when you're going to school or work. So what I've been using recently, it's crazy how many things I'm just like trying to use up right now. I never really thought about it when I wasn't saying it out loud, but I am. I'm trying to like work through my collection and really appreciate what I have and make the most of it. So I have this ColourPop blush in between the sheets. It's the only Super Shock blush that I have, and I feel like I fell into the hype with this. This was years ago that I bought it anyway, but people are always raving about them, and I find them so inconvenient that the highlight, like, I get one finger, pop it on, like your finger's the same width as the brush you use anyway, so no big deal. With this, I don't want to use my finger. I feel like that just, you gotta blend it a little more than that. So I've been using this foundation brush, but then I feel like sometimes it even moves around my foundation a little bit, and then when I see like pink on my cheek, I'm like, is that from the blush, or is that from the brush swiping away my foundation and showing my skin underneath? So who knows, but I'm trying to use this up right now, so I'm just like so. And I've been kind of like trying to drape it a little more, like drape it up, because I feel like that adds the dimension that I wanted to get from using bronzer and contour, but it looks more real when you see me in person, because I might just have rosy cheeks. You don't know me. Maybe I have rosy cheeks. And sometimes I want to go across my nose a little bit. Yeah, I did. Another product I've been trying to use up is my ColourPop Super Shadow. I know all these things, and then when I go to like on Instagram, I've done this before, here now, when I go to like say them out loud, I'm like second guessing myself, and I want to look, and I feel like it makes me look like such like an imposter. But I promise I know. And this is the Super Shock Cheek. I'm looking at it as I'm saying that in Electric Slide. I didn't look that time. This is a bit golden for me, so I feel like it's good in the summer, even though it's not like I'm laying out tanning, my skin tone's changing. But it's more of a golden highlight than I use. I really do enjoy the Flexitarian one. Yeah, this is way more golden. This is more neutral, I guess. It's like this one's like a papao highlight. I love it on vacation when I'm not wearing a lot of makeup. I could wear it all the time, but recently trying to make a dent in this bad boy, and I like it. I just don't like it as much as I like some other things. And I prefer these when I'm wearing less makeup than I'm wearing right now. Alright, so I put that on my cheekbones. Oh, that looks harsh. I put that, yeah, I look better back here. Hey. I put that on my cheekbones, on my nose, on my cupid's bow, and then I need a little oh, I didn't do my lower lash line yet. That's why I'm looking still like I don't have makeup on. Let's pop back into the BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I didn't even bother cleaning up behind me. I'm like, the chances of this going on the internet? Pretty slim. I can't wait to watch this back and see all the times that I'm like staring at myself and then remembering not to stare at myself. If this is a thing, then I'll get better. I'll work on that. So I'm going to take Escape then, which was my transition color, but really became a major play in this game. And this is a super old brush. This is one of like my OGs. I feel like this came from a L'Oreal palette. It's been so long since I've used L'Oreal, but I had when they first made those like longer palettes, and there was one that some beauty guru that I watched liked. I think it was like the #2 and then the #1 and #2. So I bought it and I liked it. It was pretty good, and then I got rid of it somewhere along the line because I didn't like it anymore. But this was the brush from it. It had like a sponge on the other side. I actually cut the sponge off because I didn't need that in my life, but I really like this side for blending on my lower lash line when I want to put something down in like a not harsh way. I like that. It almost looks like a different color because it's so much more packed down there than it is in the crease. I think it's a fine lower lash line. I'd like to do more color, but I don't even know if I like what's going on up there, so we'll just leave it to that. And then for my inner corner, I'm taking this Morphe E36, and then I'm going to go in with Trixie for my inner corner and brow bone. Cute. Why does it look so weird? I look in the mirror and it looks fine, and I come over here and I see like it looks like I have like a white piece of lint right there. But then when I look in the mirror, it just looks like, you know, maybe some glitter fell out. No big deal. I can live with that. I'm human. But it's weird how in the camera it's like, how did you not notice that big piece of lint on your eye? Well, that's why. What's that? Kind of goes to my nails. They're chipping right now, but it's KL Polish 305. I like it. Like, I'm usually like bolder than this, and I feel like for KL Polish when she made it, it was kind of like, here's a bold green. I like it more when I think of it as a chartreuse than when I think of it as neon green. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. I feel like it's like a grown-up color. It's like, I'm fun and I'm funky, but like I got a job. It's my LA Girl Shockwave Neon Eyeliner in Fresh, and it is. I feel like that kind of looks like I'm just continuing that ring around. It's kind of cool. I'm kind of into it. I feel like I wasn't sold on this look, but it's coming together. We're back. It cuts off the recording time automatically. I thought I was kind of hacking the system. I thought, I'm scared about editing, so I thought that I'll be able to have like one long video and then just like take little pieces out of it. I guess that's the idea anyway. I feel like it's easier than like splicing things in. But yeah, there's a maximum recording time, so maybe that's why people are like, I'm gonna go do that off camera. Almost done anyway. So I did liner. I'm going to curl my lashes and apply mascara. I like the Better Than Sex mascara, but I hate that it leaves those little dots down there. And I'm looking because I feel like that's gonna be like one of those like little glitter looking like a piece of lint kind of thing that's gonna be like, oh, like on the middle of my face. And let's see if I can sweep that off. Usually I just figure, whatever, can't help that. And now I might just figure that because I tried. What's the girl to do? Okay, for my lips, I'm gonna use a lip liner. That's one of my things I've been trying to do recently. I have this whole little cute collection that I never use, so I'm going to try to use them more now. I'm going to take, this is like my favorite lip liner. This is Milani in Spice, and I need to sharpen it. Realizing how much I just blow my makeup off. I feel like it's just like the perfect mauvey nude lip color for me. Alright, over top, I'm going to plop on ColourPop / Becky G collab in Mija? M-I-J-A? I'm not sure how you say that, but this is like probably my favorite lipstick right now. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say if you were going to take away all my lipsticks and leave me one, which would be cruel and unusual, and don't do that, I would probably say leave me this one. And then I'd probably go out and buy a bunch more, but you get the drift. It's a satin, which I love, so it's like a nice comfortable formula. Damn, I feel like I look better in the mirror than I do here. Can we see that? I gotta clean my mirror. Can you see? Alright, well that's it. Hopefully I don't cringe at this when I look back at it. Hopefully I'm not like, why didn't I take my clothes from yesterday off my bed? Or change out of my Vietnam t-shirt. Or do something with my hair other than add like one bend in my bang. But that's it. Hopefully I'll catch you guys on the interwebs. Alright. Bye.